Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to a rather surreal scene from The Darkness Binds. This evening's scene will see, in a great circle, 1,000 candles burning, each one spitting out black smoke in a circular room surrounded by columns. The columns each have written on them 1,000 words describe God, Yahweh, the one above all. And possibly the most surreal thing of all is in the center of this great constellation of power and faith sits a lawn gnome. And we will begin from there.
Quick thing that I forgot to ask. What was your angelic name that you picked, Kim?
Manakel.
Alright, let me write that down really quick. So, the Iron Duke strides forward in his high torment form. He is, as the picture shows, just covered in iron and fiery magma. And he sets down the lawn gnome and looks at it. All right, we are about to begin with a ritual that has never been done since man has walked the earth. I don't know how this is going to go, but I do know that you will no longer be trapped inside this shell.
If I could give you a thumbs up, mate, I would.
Well then, let us begin. He starts circling the columns. Each column 7 times, moves to the next 7 times. Then he walks around the circle 7 times and speaks the name that he remembers of God before calling out, "Let this divine creation once more be in a form befitting to his nature." And he pulls out what looks like a crystal rod that shines with the brightness of all the stars and all the heavens, and he breaks it. And as he does, it releases a rush of pure faith and holiness throughout the room, which burns at the armor, blackening it a bit. But as it does, it forms a new body beside the gnome. One befitting the new being that he is to become. And slowly the gnome starts crumbling, till it's ash, and then the ash swirls around and then gently lays speck by speck onto the body before all the candles go out in one large, quick puff. Iron Duke is sighing, breathing heavily, and looks down directly at you. So, that worked. Now then, I need to rest. That was creation at its very soul. And as he finishes saying that, you're suddenly thrust back into a time where there were no demons, there was only angels as they were going about doing their work, doing the things that needed to be done. You can remember animals being made, you can remember plants, and you can remember all of these things, and you can remember making the mountains. You can remember tearing at the ground, making and helping make the Grand Canyon. You can remember going to the sea floor and making ravines just for fun before filling them in. And then you remember watching in horror as Cain slew Abel. There had been disagreements among the angels before, but between the legions that Lucifer had brought up, the Morning Star and Michael. But the fights had always been honorable, had always been ideas, spoken words, poetry, where one force would be whittled away by simply acknowledging that they had lost the encounter. But with this one thing, this one bit of creation that only man was capable of making, murder was brought in this world. The fighting grew worse after that. You can see from this perspective of this angel fighting with sword and shield now, leading legions, leading warriors into battle against heaven, before finally God had enough and threw them away, discarded them, may it be the word you feel, maybe the sense you have. And then there was pain and darkness and smoke. There was cold like that could burn the flesh from bones. And you remember crawling out of this pit, this abyss, and the world was changed forever. Mortals now ran willy-nilly. You couldn't even sense angels present anymore. The foe that you hated for so long was gone. And yet you were stuck here on this pathetic earth with these people that destroyed more than they created. And you were saddened by the plight that the sons of Adam and the daughters of Eve had come to. And about the time that you're finally catching up with current history, the Iron Duke will have made a sweeping motion with his hand and grabbed a sword made of ethereal fire, infernal in nature. And he stares at the center of the circle where you once were and merely tells you to run.
So is he saying all of this, or is he actually like where it is where the chick just told him, or the dude, the person just told him to run?
You have gone through many, many lifetimes in your head, and as it's catching up to the very beginning, you're back in this new body, this new thing, these new feelings, these new powers, and you see the Iron Duke, the demon that created new life for all intents and purposes, tell you to run. As I believe Evan has something for us.
Okie dokie. All of the candles that were hither to this point extinguish in a single move. Now ignite again. However, they don't just ignite into little pinpricks of light. They become their own self-contained infernos, blazing brightly into the night, or into the darkness, rather. Kim, as you stand, you find as though your body feels as though it is made of stone. You are only your lips, your head, everything below the waist feels as if it cannot move, feels as if it is made, as I say, of hardened rock. And you hear a voice from behind you say, in a language that you've never heard, but yet you can understand, "And thus it is that you profane his name once more."
The Iron Duke raises his sword in a salute that has been gone for generations upon generations of man, something that only the first men that walked had ever seen.
A figure, Kim, walks from behind you. You can see the elongated white wings emerge from his back and the silver armored coat that he is wearing glimmer even in this dull light. He says, "You should not be. You are anathema to the Almighty."
I'll just give the dude a thumbs up.
I love you, Kim. There are moments.
He doesn't really know what's going on. He doesn't care. Just gonna give the dude a thumbs up.
Yeah, well, you would if your body wasn't paralyzed. You can give him a psychic thumbs up.
That is what happens.
Excellent. He walks towards you and he embraces you physically, as in he wraps his arms around you and he holds you to his chest, and you feel a dampness on the top of your head as tears stream from his eyes. "You are the lost one."
You aren't gonna stab me in the back, are you, dude?
He looks at you with brilliant blue eyes, so brilliant that they might be the ocean itself, and he says, "What has he done? Why are you?"
The Iron Duke merely steps forward, clang, clang. "I have done the impossible. I have brought an earthbound from its slumber back into the flesh."
"You have done what only the Almighty can do," he says, spinning on one heel, as the infernal sword is within the Iron Duke's hand. So a sword of brilliant phantasmal light appears in his hand, and he flicks it in the same salute. "And I, his champion, come to make right the stain that you have wrought, demon."
Can y'all, not do this right now?
There are certain things that must always be done. Manael, or Manakiel. One of them is when the angel challenges you, you have two options at your stage in this life. You may flee or fight. I am a Duke of a Legion of Iron, and I cannot flee this fight. And he is still holding the salute, and he says, "Shall we begin? Once more, brother?"
"You lost the right to call me that when you turned from his grace." And Kim, in a fraction of a second, it appears as if your eyes can barely perceive the movements, but you perceive the two running, or you perceive the two moving towards each other. Running is not the exact term, and there was a single slash from each, one cut, and then they are standing roughly 30 paces apart from one another.
Part of the Iron Duke's chest armor slides apart. Armor that you know could stop anything in existence, and merely falls, revealing a withered heart of iron. "Well then, All the creation in the world, undone with a single blow. Befitting. You see the Iron Duke's body slowly fall, bit of iron by bit of iron, as he turns to the angel and manages a sloppy salute because he is dying in front of you. So close to redemption this time. Once more into the abyss I go.
As the Iron Duke's body falls, there is the clatter of armor. There is no blood. And in a moment's time, the body itself appears to turn to dust and is blown away. The angel stands there, crosses himself, and says, "Father, your will be done. Do you wish this one also sent on? It is abomination, not wrought by your hand, not the scion of creation." You can't hear anything, Kim, but he doesn't nod, but he looks at you then. He walks forward and he places a hand on each one of your shoulders. He's quite a bit taller than you are. And he leans down and he kisses you on the forehead. And he says, "You are not the scion of sin. Theirs is not yours. And maybe one day you shall have redemption and see heaven."
He'll just do another mental thumbs up.
The angel walks away from you, and the light from its sparkling wings and its gilded armor is swallowed in the darkness. And Kim, there is a part of you that you didn't know existed. After the images that you've seen, after the things that you now know, there is a part of you that wishes you could go with him. There is a part of you that wishes you could step through gates of such splendor and grandeur that you never knew existed. There is a part of you that wishes you could go home, to a home that you never knew. Before your body, your new body, falls limply onto the floor, now under your own power again.
He's just gonna... Okay, so he can move now, right? Just to make sure I heard
Yep.
that right.
Yep, you can move now.
He's just gonna kind of walk over, just like the Iron Duke, and just kind of gently prod him with a foot.
His body turned to ash, Kim.
Oh, that's right. Fuck. No. Jasper kind of likes this dude. I don't think he'd kick the ash. He wouldn't just outrightly kick it. He'd kind of like, just kind of stick the, poke the ash pile. That's about it. Then he'll look around for a door.
There is a door, a kind of a large series of double doors.
He's gonna just kind of walk over to it, open it, peek his head out, see if anyone's out there.
You are faced with a long corridor where torches burn in brackets, rather familiar if you've ever seen a medieval movie, almost like being in a dungeon corridor somewhere underground.
Anybody out there? He'll just call out.
You see from another door about 3 or 4 meters down as a head pop out. And she kind of looks around and she says, "Yes, this woman appears to be not very. She's relatively attractive. You can now see the infernal light burning behind her eyes, the small horn stubs on top of her head. She's wearing very thick glasses and what appears to be some kind of a business suit and she says, "Yes, may I help you?"
Oh yeah, the Iron Duke's ash. He's like a pile of ash right now. Just thought you guys might have wanted to know that.
I'm sorry, what?
Iron Duke equals pile of ash.
You can see. Have you ever seen the "I have no mouth yet I must scream" kind of image? Yeah, she gets that. At which point you see her basically bolt down the corridor, like she is running as quickly as she can.
He'll throw up a peace sign and shut the door. He did his job.
You will she's the only demon you encounter in the sanctum, as you might not necessarily know this place, but now you know this place, so you know how to enter, you know how to leave. But is there anything in particular Jasper would like to do now?
He's just gonna look around the room and see if there's anything interesting around.
Oh, are you talking about the room the lady bolted out of, or another one?
No, the room he's in.
Oh, you're in a long corridor. There are about 6 doors leading off it, 3 on either side. There's the door you came out of, which is just behind you, and there's another door at the other end of the corridor, through which the demon lady just ran.
Jasper would know that one of these doors leads to what would equate to a meeting room where demons gathered, like on Sunday for all days, to talk about what they're doing. But other than that, I don't think Jasper knows any of the other rooms.
Jasper's gonna go exploring.
Exploring? Okay. Which one of the doors? Which one of the doors do you go into first? The one on the left or the one on the right?
You mean money moves? Right.
Okay. You walk into the right room. You walk into a building the architecture dramatically changes. It is as if you walked into a cathedral, except instead of a place of worship, you see hundreds upon hundreds of bookcases containing books that are written in every language. Some of them languages that don't exist anymore, like the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt and the pictographs of ancient Macedonia. But the air in here smells of old leather and vellum and is rather pleasant. There's even light streaming through windows, high stained glass windows.
He's gonna go back around and he's gonna check out the other door.
Okay. The other door, you find what looks to be a long conference table that's made of a polished black stone. There is a long series of, there are very, very ornate chairs on either side of it, and one chair at the very end that appears grander than all the others. You will also encounter the Chamberlain in here. Grog, Chamberlain. He's doing paperwork.
Yes. Is there something you need?
I should probably tell you what I told that chick outside. The Iron Duke is a pile of ash. BT dubs.
Oh no. More paperwork. Always with more paperwork. It was what I was created to do, but the paperwork. Can you tell me what happened? How was our Lord Duke slain?
Oh, like an angel showed up and just kind of like cut him in half, just kind of like one-shot him.
Surely you are mistaken. No mere angel could have done that.
I don't know. Like he said, he was the Almighty's like left hand, right hand dude or whatever.
Um, if this being could be said to pale, it would, and you can obviously feel that he is now highly agitated. Oh, Michael is here. That's never good news. Um, I guess we will have to move the sanctum to another spot in the city for safety's sake.
I'll just give a thumbs up. I told this other chick that was waiting outside to kind of nerdy chick.
For the record, that's the Chancellor will know that's the librarian.
Oh, so skittish.
Oh yeah, she ran.
Well then, if it would please you, Manakiel, I will be getting the rituals to move this place if you'd like to stay around. If not, you can keep looking around.
I was probably about to go back in the library. I just didn't know what to do because there's like a pile of ash on the middle of the floor.
We will of course put it in a urn somewhere. It is only the correct thing to do.
I'll give a thumbs up.
As you've been talking, you can see that a pen, like an ink pen, has been scurrying across a book, and sand goes on it, floats up, goes back. As you've been talking, it looks like it's writing what's been said.
A small, impish creature, probably about half of Jasper's size, will enter from behind him, and he'll say,
my lord, you wanted me to go and sweep something? The message wasn't exactly clear.
Yes, the Iron Duke is dead. Please gather his ashes so that we may intern them.
Oh, yes, my lord.
By the way, the tiny creature will turn, see Jasper, and will. Kim, do you know what kowtowing is?
Yup.
He does a full kowtow, and he's like,
"Oh, my lord, it is so good to see you, so revitalized."
Yeah, okay, whatever.
May this one have permission to rise?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Thank you, my lord. Zyvo is ever at your service. Yes, Zyvo ever at your service.
Okay, man.
I will go and, with all due reverence and respect, clean the Iron Duke, my lord. Yes.
Essentially, think of him like a slightly larger house elf. If house elves were injected with gremlin DNA, and you're not far wrong. He will then proceed to busy himself out of the room.
All this shit is way above Jasper's pay grade, though. So, yeah, he'll give, just that kind of like acknowledging look towards the Chancellor again, and he'll just walk back to the library.
The librarian is there when you come back in, and she actually has a brown paper bag over her mouth and is basically doing the stress breathing.
Are you okay?
Give me just a moment. I'll be with you. So sorry.
There is no need to panic that much. The dude was just cut in half. It's fine.
Oh, you don't know what you're saying, but that's okay. You're new. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Alice. Pleased to meet you.
She'll say as she awkwardly thrusts out a hand.
Yeah, it's good to meet you too. I'm Manakel, I think. Is that what I'm supposed to use my name here for? Or is it like Jasper? I don't know.
It is whatever you deign to introduce yourself as, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Jasper.
It is very nice to meet you, Mr. Jasper.
It's nice to meet you too, Miss Alice. Alice.
Alicene.
Alicene. My apologies.
No, it's quite fine. Oh, where are my manners? I'm so sorry. Did you want a book?
I was just gonna kind of look around.
Oh, of course. Any topic of study that you're particularly interested in?
What do you find the most interesting to study?
She blinks and she says,
Well, me? I don't know. That's an interesting question. I've always been quite fond of quadratic and Surfliatic equations.
Okay, next.
Probability and interdictor fields?
Something more occult-wise?
Oh. I'm sorry. That's not really my chosen area of specialty. I'm sorry if I let you down.
and she actually hangs her head.
It's fine. Like, it's all good.
But if you wish, we do have many volumes on the occult, gathered from over, well, frankly, all of mankind's pseudo-existence. So that would be on the second floor.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
Yep. And the same goes for you. If you need anything that you think I'd
Thank
be
you.
able to help with.
Yeah.
Yep. I guess I'll head to the second floor.
Okay. Weird question. This character is basically John Constantine, right?
Yeah.
Did you own an occult store or did you not?
I was planning on it, but like, Dude Bro only lasted like literally 2 scenes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I kind of played them balls to the walls those 2 scenes, and like if any bad choice came up, I automatically was like, yes, I want to take the bad choice. And as we see where that got me, John Constantine didn't own an occult shop anyway. At least not that I remember from the comics.
Oh, no, he was a private investigator. My apologies.
Yeah, and that's what my duty is. Though I
Okay.
guess now he's about to become like a crafter, but that's okay though, because it's not like he has Legend John Constantine anymore because he ain't a mage.
You can keep the legend. I find it funny.
Then he wouldn't be living up to his legend though, if he was a crafter.
Fair. But yes, you find the occult section. This place is very weird. It's much bigger than it should be. So the occult section is literally, when you find it, it has a small gilded sign that says occult over it. It appears to be an almost warehouse-sized area of books.
Oh, I could get used to this. He's gonna walk in, and he's going to look for books on mages and demons.
Okay. Anything in particular, or just mages and demons?
Just mages and demons.
Okay. They have quite a lot of work that basically theorizes an angelic perspective for why God created mages. They also have obviously several volumes on the nature of angelic existence, the true history of the world, the nature of the fall, etc.
Okay. Yeah, he'll take those books with him, the ones that he thinks he can get the most use out of. And then I guess head back down to the chick to check him out or something.
Oh, it's so nice to see you again, Mr. Jasper.
Yeah, it's good to see you again as well.
You're going to need a library card to check these out. Would you like me to arrange one for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
She takes each one of the books in hand and looks them over. And then she walks behind a small desk and she produces from her pocket what appears to be a gold slip of paper. And she scribbles something on it with a pen. And then she presses the book. She presses the card to the book, at which point the book vanishes before your eyes and it just pops out of existence. So 1 pop, 2 pop, 3 pop, 4 pop, 5 pop, etc. And then she hands you the card.
He'll take the card and just kind of look at it, almost mystified.
Is everything all right?
I've never had something like this. Do I just like shake the card or something and the book falls out?
No. Well, you see, we had issues with people stealing our books and or damaging them or vandalizing them. The entirety of the Spanish Inquisition were not exactly friendly. So we decided that it would be better that the books never truly leave the sanctum here. So what you do is, if you want to read them and you're not here, you say the name of the book and it will appear for you. But the hard copy is left here. Then when you're done, you just tap it with the card and it will come back here.
Okay, sweet.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Is there someone around that could start telling me about all this stuff?
What stuff exactly?
This whole demon thing?
You would probably want to speak to Lord Peditore. I guess with the Iron Duke gone, he's the new master of the house.
Oh, wow. And he goes by Lord. That's gonna be fun.
Well, the Iron Duke went by Duke.
Yeah, but it was the Iron Duke. I don't know, the Lord blah blah blah. It just sounds like he's gonna be a stuck-up asshole.
He is a devil. That tends to be their purview.
Ah. Great. Maybe I should not go see him, because I'll probably say something and end up getting myself killed. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do it. You know where he is?
Probably in his office. I can take you there if you want to go.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay. She will walk out from behind her desk and will proceed to walk out through the doors. She will lead you down to the end of the corridor, where when you walk to the end of the corridor, the door at the very end of the corridor opens, and you find yourself in a very, very spherical, in a very, very circular room. At the very center of it, there is a huge glowing blue globe, a circular globe that is hovering about 10 feet or so off the ground. And you see a number of people dressed in black chanting around it as sigils and lights are being lit up on the floor. And the woman will lean in. She'll say, they're currently moving the sanctum. Apparently it's not safe here anymore, so we're going to be going somewhere else or elsewhere. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The other guy in the other room said that that we were going to move because of the whole thing going on.
Mm. Okay, if you'd like to step this way. You don't have to, of course, just if you want to.
I'll just kind of nod and follow her.
She proceeds to lead you around the outside of the circle so as not to interrupt the ritual that's going on in the middle of it. And you are then brought up a winding circular staircase that rims the outside of the room. until you are brought to what appears to be a second floor of the circular room. And it's a much smaller library, but once again, you are standing in what appears to be a library, and you hear a dozen or so pens, kind of inked quills, scratching, and you see a dozen or more black-robed individuals sitting at huge books. Now, I mean, books that could serve as fucking paving stones, and they're just scribbling away. And seated behind a black desk, a twisted black desk, you see, let me just get his picture up, because he was in the scene yesterday. This guy, seated, once again scribbling, also in a much smaller book. And the woman, the female demon, will walk towards him and bow deeply, and she'll say,
Lord Peditore, this is Jasper.
Jasper will do a sup nod.
Ah, I see. Alison, you are dismissed.
She bows very thankfully and skitters out of the room. Haha, skitters. Anyway.
Rip skitters.
Beg your pardon?
Rip skitters.
Rip skitters. That poor rat team.
2K16.
Anyway. What was that?
Rip skitters 2K16 anyway, my bad.
And he looks up at you and he says,
Welcome, Jasper. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, pleasure meeting you too.
Would you care to sit down?
Sure. And
one of the black... what, sorry?
I was just gonna say, he was just gonna flop down in, like, the nearest chair.
There isn't any.
I guess he'll...
I was gonna say, one of the black-clad individuals runs forward, and as he runs, mid-run, he physically promorphizes himself, turning himself into a chair.
You know what? He'll just plop down into the dude bro chair.
Now then, what can I help you with?
I was told that I was supposed to come to you to learn more about all this demon stuff.
What do you mean?
I'm kind of new here, so I don't really know what's what.
Ah, you are just freshly out of the abyss.
I guess that's one way you could put it.
Wonderful. What is it that I need help you with?
Everything?
One moment.
He doesn't shout. However, he says in an authoritative manner. He basically calls for the Chancellor. Let's see if Grog is still there.
Yes, your lordship. You have need of something.
What do you mean that he... How does this one not know anything?
Well, this Jasper was recently forced into an item by mages. So there could have been some memory loss from that.
I see. You're saying that's what happened, Mr. Jasper?
Yep.
Kim, roll me that sweet.
Damn it! Damn it! I was hoping I was gonna get away with that. Oh man, I didn't put a lot of manip sub on this guy, and all of my fucking things are for everything else. I got this. Whatever. Emerald Scutch. Whatever. 2 successes.
Can you throw me the dice for me, please? Here?
I can't. I got it for you. I got it.
Watch this dude have like fucking 13 fucking dice to see through it. Whatever. I got this.
He doesn't have 13. He's got a relatively good pool though.
The Chancellor, however, has a good pull for this. He
Wow.
just might not say anything. Damn.
He only gets 3 successes on the 10 dice, or on the 9 dice.
Fuck!
Hmm?
Oh, that was so close.
If you'd spent a willpower, you'd have won.
Man.
Is flailing Kim gonna flail for a few seconds?
Maybe.
But wait,
Okay.
we saw her literally in the lawn gnome.
Yes. Yes, of course we did. So, the mages have mistreated you. Chancellor, do make a note of that.
He, snaps his fingers, a book appears and writes that down. And it's like a book that looks like it's bound in human skin.
So, you need me to tell you everything.
He'll give a thumbs up.
Very well then. In the beginning, there was the Word. And the Word was the Word of God. Okay, we're going to skip this, because you're going to be at this for like 4 fucking hours. Basically, Kim, in your own time, he will give you a brief rundown of demons, how demons work, the factions, etc. So you can feel free to choose which one you want. He will say that he himself is a Faustian. I'm not sure what the Chancellor is. What's the Chancellor?
Faustian.
Excellent.
Everyone's a fucking Faustian. Jesus.
But yes, no. It's he'll give you that brief rundown, and so about an hour and a half later, in terms of actual time, because bear in mind time doesn't really pass in the Sanctum. He will say, "Do you understand?"
Yeah, for the most part.
Good. Good. I have no doubt that you will prove a most worthwhile addition to our little cabal.
Yeah, sure. Something like that.
Do you desire vengeance on the mages who mistreated you?
To start shit or to not starting shit. So he'll just he'll nod and say, yeah, that would be nice.
As you wish. They have done you an ill, and we will not forget it. With the passing of the Iron Duke, I must take over his responsibilities here. Chancellor, make a note of that.
Already noted. Your what's Duke? Your Eminence?
Your Grace.
Your Grace. Yeah. Already noted, Your Grace.
If I'm able to say, it wasn't all of the mages, it was just the older ones. The younger ones didn't start anything.
Very well then. I have met some of these young ones. One of them is currently in the Maelstrom.
Sucks to suck.
What was his name? Ace. That's it. Hey. Odd little boy. Loved video games so much he became one. Well, perhaps a rendition of, yeah.
If nothing else, he became a tale to tell others on what not to do.
A cautionary tale. Though he does have something I desire. Jasper,
Hmm.
you will do me a service. You will, of course, be rewarded for it.
Okay.
You will go into the Shadowlands, and you will get the idiot boy to sign a contract with us.
Okay.
He has something of use to me. And needless to say, it is always good to have a pet. You would like a pet, wouldn't you, Jasper?
I had Fluffy for a little while. I don't know what happened to him.
What is Fluffy?
Oh, like this hellhound kind of thing, just kind of followed me home. It was awkward.
He kind of turns to the Chancellor and he says, "Can you make a note of find Fluffy?"
Of course, your lordship. And about this time, comes into the room
Oh no!
a Faustian demon of some no little power, but not from New York.
Oh no! So
And he is holding a contract, like in a scroll tube. Where is the Iron Duke? I must speak with him immediately.
Jasper's
Sorry, continue.
Jasper's when he sees this dude come in, he's gonna kind of slouch down into the chair, kind of like cover the side of his face with one hand. That whole little hey, I can't see you, you can't see me.
Kim, as you slouch down in the chair starts to vibrate. You're not sure why.
Ugh. I'll just kind of hit the chair a couple times.
It starts to vibrate slightly harder.
Oh man.
Lord Padrone looks up. Pretore looks up from his paperwork, and he says, "The Iron Duke has passed once again into the abyss. You stand within my domain, stranger."
Well, then that would make you the Duke of this realm.
Correct.
Let me formally introduce myself. I am. Let me get his sheet. I am Baron Eisrenel of the Southern Duchy. And I have a contract that was broken in this territory.
Let me see this contract.
He undoes the scroll tube and puts it before you. It's made with baby skin, and it has a signature in blood in it.
The signature and blood of whom?
Jasper.
My. What is the contract for?
Jasper Soul.
Oh my! The Duke leans back in his chair. Oh, what were the services that the contract agreed that the demon would provide?
The demon removed the cancer from Jasper, as well as helped him not die in a horrific manner while he was human.
It was that, and then he gave him Fluffy, and then that upon Jasper's death, he'd get his soul for an hour, and then Jasper would become a demon equal to rank of the dude.
Jasper, this contract is legally binding.
Oh, is it? Oh, I totally forgotten about that contract. Oh well.
Kim, roll me manipulation subterfuge.
Fucking one success.
Oh my.
The chancellor's just scribbling in his notes, and you see him mouthing, lying.
So how did you lose another character, Kim? Don't fucking worry about it.
Now then, my Lord Baron, this is simply amended. Jasper exists now in a new state of being, it would seem. However, he still owes you an hour of his time.
Yes, but I cannot take his soul to reap from it the faith that I could garner.
You have indeed been cost a soul. So it is that it is my decree that Jasper Gray, now known as Kim, demon name,
Menakel.
now known as Menakel, shall provide you with a soul of equal value, as well as possessing no less than true faith in the Almighty.
The Baron bows deeply, as this was much more than he thought he was going to get.
Hi, Kim.
Fuck!
So you have
Oh my
basically.
God. I gotta go
Mhm.
kill a Templar now. One of the fucking Templars in the city. This is gonna be a fucking
No.
shit.
No. You don't have to kill one. You have to make him sign away his soul.
Bruh. Bruh.
So out of character, I have to say that none of them have true faith. So you're going to have to hunt down a mage with true faith.
Bruh.
You may have.
The Duke calmly kind of he lifts his hand and sweeps it, and an hourglass appears in it, and he turns it over, and he says,
You may have 1 month in order to provide this. Am I understood?
Yep.
Very well then. However, Baron, it would seem as though the article of this known as Fluffy, even in Mr. Jasper's new state, still maintains to be his property.
That is correct. I, however, do not know where the Hellhound is at the moment. Out of character, it's sitting outside the mage's chantry.
Oh no.
"Oh my."
Fluffy, no.
Well, I have no doubt it will turn up. Now then, Mr. Gray, you have 2 tasks for me. You must provide me with the contractual bonded soul of one of your former Brotherhood members. I'm not sure how mages refer to themselves. Who possesses true faith in the Lord Almighty. And I wish you to get, what was his name? Ace, that was it. To sign this, he will say, as he once again flicks his wrist, and from thin air appears a contract appearing to be written on, it's black ink written on kind of a golden paper. I assume you can do both of these things. For one, you will receive a reward. For the other, you will pay a debt.
Yep, got it.
Wonderful. Now then, I don't believe there's any other pressing business.
No, Your Excellency. Though I would wish, or I would beg a boon from you to stay in the city until such time as the contract is completed.
By all means. You may also have unlimited access to Jasper whenever you so desire.
Oh no. Oh no, his butthole's gonna be fucking. Oh no.
You brought it to the gutter, Kim. I said nothing.
The demon just looks over at Jasper and gives him a smile. Oh, the things we'll see and do.
Oh yeah, mate. I'm sure we'll be best buds.
He pulls a contract from Air, because Faustian signs it. There is no hidden clauses that any roles can get, giving the Duke access to the Baron's faith contracts for his stay here.
Mm-hmm. The contracts will be signed and sealed, as only Faustians can sign and seal contracts. Yeah. Jasper will find himself standing out in the torrential pouring rain with the sound of laughter still ringing in his ears.
Fuck.
Now that you're outside, I get to roll for Fluffy to know where you are.
Fluffy, please. I could use friends.
Friends!
He's gonna spend a willpower because he's sad.
It's been a while since,
Holy shit. That's 8 successes. Fluffy knows exactly where you are and is now running to meet you.
I will point out, Alisane is kind of your friend, Kim.
I don't even know how to get to the Shadowlands. Oh man, Jesper's gonna get so fucked.
Literally or figuratively.
Probably both, dude.
Well then, I believe that will wrap up the intro to the Demon Venue. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And please, everyone give a big round of applause to Jasper, the first demon, and our new Duke of New York. Have fun, everyone.